Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about
it has
you all
clearly
the
not been
time.
used
Morning, evening,
as a TBR card in quite some
such a
time. We're gonna fix that. Hi friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Aylin, and for today's video we are going to be doing my September reset. I'm doing it a little bit differently this month because I am actually utilizing my TBR cards and the newest edition, a TBR jar. I set this up in my doing bookish stuff vlog, which will hopefully be coming soon, but basically I cut up a bunch of different prompts, authors, specific books, and genres, put them on little sticky notes, and then put them in this jar. So we will be incorporating this, but like I said, I want to include my TBR cart more. So the books that I already have on here are for a specific video, but I'm going to be going through my actual shelves, picking books that feel like they fit the season and that I also might want to read soon, to kind of help narrow things down for me when I don't have a ton of direction on what I want to read next. And then hopefully I can pick most of my books that I pull like from the TBR jar from this cart, and the top shelf will be my actual TBR for the month. I don't know if that makes a ton of sense, but hopefully as we do it more and we go through it, you'll kind of understand what I'm saying, because I don't think I explained it well. I have my handy dandy boyfriend here to help me feel out the vibe of all the different books that I'm picking to put on here, so we have a little bit more of a refined selection process with the books that make it on. Of course, if you guys have any other suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below so that you guys can kind of feel like part of the whole thing. I would love that. I think that would be super fun. But we're just gonna go through my shelves and try to pick books to fill this up for the next few months. We're going for like fall aesthetic vibe. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you gonna do a thumbs up for them so they know I'm not lying about you being here? Perfect. So we'll do this after. We're gonna fill up the cart first. Definitely different than reset videos I've done before, but I think that this one will be a lot of fun. For some kind of things off the top of my head that I'm looking to put on here, romance, because I love reading romance. I want to make sure that I have a few book of the month books on here, just so that I make sure that I read them. Probably some fantasy, probably some murder mysteries, dark academia, because we're getting into like the fall weather. Other than that, I don't have a ton of specifications, so I'm going to basically give the very general plot and vibe of each of the books to my boyfriend. I'll also obviously show you guys. Are you ready?
Ready.
Are you guys ready? I don't know if I should put like some last summer romances on there. I have an actual book called Summer Romance.
No.
You don't think so? Why? What if I don't read it by September 21st, then I yeet it off? I feel like this would be a good romance to include because it's a serial killer romance. Like literally a romance between two serial killers.
Be good for October.
Do you have any ideas for things that should go on there as far as like vibe? As far as romances go, fall is like small town because you just want to be cozy as it gets colder. So I have this one, which is the first one in the Knock 'em Out series. Oh, last romance. I have to put this one on here. I was already reading Red, White, and Royal Blue like over the summer, but I never like finished reading it since this year is an election year. This is my final romance as of right now that's going on there. Onto the card. The next genre he chose, like I said, was thrillers, and As Good as Dead. I did not end up reading this in the month of August. The second half of this month was very chaotic, so this has to make it onto my TBR cart, no question. I think I'm gonna pick a few for him to like vet out as selections, and then he can vote. Kind of like the Instagram blindly chooses thing. I'll choose a couple and do like different stacks to pit against each other, and he has to pick one. We'll do that. First one I'm gonna choose is A Lesson in Vengeance. I'm gonna pair it up with The Honeys. Don't ask me why. Then I have The the other two Holly Jackson books that she has released as standalones that I'm gonna pit against each other. We'll see which one he chooses. I have a fun game for us to play. I chose 3 sets of 2. You're gonna pick a thriller from like each set. These are my like last 2 summary thrillers that I had. So I have The Legacies and then I have Family of Liars. Damn, these 2. These are by the same author. They're both standalones.
The Reappearance of Rachel Grace.
Really? Okay. And lastly, The Honeys or A Lesson in Vengeance. This one's like dark academia. I don't really know what this one's about.
The Honeys.
The Honeys. This is gonna be my stack of YA thrillers, but I'm still gonna grab some adult ones. And then I think we'll do fantasy and then book of the month books. And then we can pick my TBR. All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Should we do that same thing again?
Sure.
I have to do some staples though. Iron Flame has to go on here. This will probably be on my September TBR because I need to read it this year before Onyx Storm comes out. This is the sequel to Fourth Wing. You remember me reading that one?
Yeah.
I gotta read it. Especially because we're gonna start Game of Thrones. I really want to put One Dark Window on there because this is like the tarot card one, which I feel like is kind of like Halloween-esque. This one, I've been wanting to read When the Moon Hatched for so long. How cozy does it look?
Super cozy.
And it also has dragons in it. And then I already started reading Divine Rivals, so we're gonna add this one. I feel like that should be all the fantasy because I don't know how much more room I physically have on this cart. Maybe we'll just move on to Book of the Month. Oh, but I need to add Assistant to the Villain before we fully move on. Apologies for the lighting over here. It is less than ideal. Hopefully that made it a little bit better, but I'm not sure that it did. Over here is where I keep all of my Book of the Month books. So we have some to choose. I want thrillers, which is primarily what I get from Book of the Month. I just read Dark Corners this month. How about you pick them? You can just ask me whether or not it's a thriller. I think that one is like kind of a thriller, so we'll count that one. I knew you were gonna grab that one. That one's a good one. That one's a thriller. We're gonna do an interview while you do this. Of all the books that I read, what are your favorite ones to hear about? Thrillers?
Yeah.
That one is definitely a thriller.
How many more?
Do 2 more.
I don't want to touch this stack. It's just stacked up.
Well, you can just point them and I'll grab them. That's a good one.
You haven't read this?
No. Bad Tourists?
Yeah.
Okay. Which one are you the most excited to hear about? That one?
Mm-hmm.
I forgot I had fantasy books to add for a second. And I was like, damn, I have so much room. Look at that. Lindsay's gonna be here soon to drop something off. And by soon, I mean right now. Alright, so my best friend dropped by to drop something off. If you've been here for a while, you know Lindsay. And I wanted her to pick one of my TBR prompts. So her and my boyfriend are gonna pick, but we'll go with Lindsay first since she has to leave.
Because I'm better.
Okay, I'm excited.
Do you want me to read it? Do you want it? Do you want it? Do you want me to read it?
I want you to read it to me.
Graphic novel.
Oh!
Wait, that's fun. I like
Perfect.
that one. I'm happy with that.
You feel good about that?
Yeah, because they're like an easy read
Yeah.
if you need it.
Lore Olympus.
Yes! I'm here for it.
That was the easiest pick.
I'm very happy.
Bestie. Maybe you can do it for me every month.
Oh my god, me and I'm picking. Just picking. just picking every month.
Perfect.
My brain isn't working right now.
It's okay. Mine never works. Okay. As I mentioned, I also want my boyfriend to pick one of them, so he is also going to be picking a prompt for me.
Oh.
Cersei! I am gonna have to grab that one. That's exciting though. That is Greek mythology, so like fantasy, I feel like that fits. And it's very like deeply romantic, or at least her first book was. Cersei by Madeline Miller. Are you ready to see the book that you picked?
Let's see it. Looks good.
How do you feel about that being the book you picked?
Looks nice.
It's time for him to depart. We still have some books to choose. Thank you very much to my boyfriend. I will thank him again later, but I just want to thank him here so that when he watches. We're gonna pick the last probably 3 prompts. I also have one that I'm definitely adding to my TBR that's not in here or on the TBR card. Let's roll this bad boy over. For those wondering, I am going to keep the little pieces of paper. I don't want to be wasteful or anything, so I'll probably just put them in for next month or something, but I don't want to get them in this round, so I did set them off to the side so that I'm not like picking things twice. If it's a specific book, unless I don't read it this month, I will just throw those away. Don't remember what anything stands for, but I did make a TikTok about it, so if you want to watch and see everything, you can. So this one is an author. If you can't read my chicken scratch that says Kelly Barnhill, I have 2 books by her on my shelves. She is a middle grade author, but I think I know which one I'm gonna choose. Like I said, she has 2 books. So she has The Girl Who Drank the Moon as well as The Ogress and the Orphan. These, like I said, are middle grade. So I think I'm going to go ahead with The Girl Who Drank the Moon. That feels more like fall to me. I think I'm gonna try to pick a blue tab. I don't know what's on these, but let's see. In the Lives of Puppets. I'm gonna put this one back. I'm going to allow myself one to put back each month that I do this, just because I feel like if there's something that I know I'm not gonna get to, I should keep it in there and not try to force it. Actually, I will keep this one. I do want to allow myself one. If I really, really want to put it back, I can. I am gonna do this one. Again, it wasn't on my TBR card, which is why I was tempted to put it back, but I will do like a prompt or something next, which I think are the white ones. In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. This one is kind of like Wizard of Oz meets Pinocchio, which sounds really cool. I actually have the audiobook for this downloaded from Audible from a really long time ago, so this will be good for like commuting or anything like that. My camera battery is gonna die, so I'm gonna have to switch the quality. I am so sorry. My camera battery died, but we've got 2 more to pick. I think I'm gonna do one more white one and then a gray color. Like I said, I don't know what these are. This one is a book with purple on the cover. So finally I have the opportunity to choose something from my TBR card. This is good. This is what we were hoping for. Let's look through some of the books that have purple on the cover. Assistant to the Villain definitely has purple on the cover. The whole cover is basically purple, so this is a really good choice. I'm not sure if this counts more as pink or purple. I guess this has some purple at the bottom for Butcher and Blackbird by Bran Weaver, so I'm not sure. I think on this one, I'm gonna let you guys decide in the comments which one you want me to read. So let me know if you would prefer me to read Assistant to the Villain or Butcher and Blackbird, because I'm kind of torn between both of them. And lastly, this one is manga. This is gonna be the one that I put back. I should have included more manga and graphic novels on here. I forgot that I put those in there, but let's do one more. This one says orange on the cover, so we have another cover color pick. This one kind of feels obvious. I'm gonna do summer romance only because the technical season of summer ends really soon, so I feel like this one makes the most sense for me to pick. I can read it at the end of summer and then we're all set. I have one last book that I'm going to be putting on my TBR that is a carryover from previous month. The last one that I'm going to be reading this month is Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. I have been reading this for a few months. These books, like I said, just take me a while. For whatever reason, the end of a Daisy Hates book takes me forever to get through. My plan is to set my happy little butt on the couch tonight and read some of this though. I am on page 274, so I don't have much left of this. This is the 4th book in the Magnolia Parks series, the 2nd installation of the Daisy books. So I really want to finish this one. That is why this kind of has to be on the list for me. This was a lot of fun, a very unique way to pick my TBR, so I'm really happy that I did this. I'm really happy that I made this, and I think it will be very fun to use in like TBRs to come and stuff like that. So let me know if there's any other like prompts or things that you can think of, or if you think I should do anything differently. I just love hearing feedback from you guys, so let me know any other ideas you have. But let's go through my final TBR for the month. Carryover from last month, reading Daisy Hates the Great Undoing. Mark my words, I will finish this in September because I want to be all done with Into the Dark by the end of the year. Then I picked Summer Romance by Annabelle Monaghan. This one I need to read by the 21st of September. Otherwise, I have to take it off of my lovely new TBR cart. Oh, I need to read Iron Flame as well. But I only want to pick 6 books at a time just because that's about the average number of books that I read. So this feels safe. I'm really excited for this one. I've heard that it's pretty emotional. Plus, it's a solidly floppy. It just feels good, you know? Then I picked In the Lives of Puppets by TJ Klune. I have the audiobook for this one, so this one will be really great. Plus, TJ Klune has the sequel to The House in the Cerulean Sea. The House in the Cerulean Sea is coming out this month, which I'm really excited for. Hopefully I will be able to read that one as well. I should probably reread The House in the Cerulean Sea. I do really love his writing, so I'm excited to dive into this one, and I have been kind of lost with what I want to listen to next as far as audiobooks, so this also gives me some direction there. Then I have a middle grade, which I haven't read in a really long time, and that is The Girl Who Drank the Moon by Kelly Barnhill. This is about a witch who accidentally feeds a little girl moonlight after she is offered up by her town as like a sacrifice, and so she decides to raise her as her own in order to make sure that she's safe and can control the power that she has. Really excited to read this one. It's gotten amazing reviews, especially the year that it was published, so I'm really excited. Plus, I haven't read a middle grade in a really, really long time. I don't remember the last middle grade that I read. Then the prompt that Lindsay picked for me. Then when my best friend Lindsay chose a prompt for me out of my TBR jar, it was to read a graphic novel. So I chose Lore Olympus by Rachel Smythe. This is volume 1 because I want to restart them. I love them. I've read them so many times, so I'm excited to get back into this. I might start this tonight and then count in September another volume, but either way, I have read these before. This is a Hades and Persephone graphic novel retelling. They do deal with some heavier topics, so look up content warnings before getting into them, but they're beautiful. And lastly, the prompt that my boyfriend picked for me was a specific book title, and that was Circe by Madeline Miller. This is a Greek mythology retelling of Circe, and I've heard it's like very feminist, so I'm really, really excited to read this one. It also got amazing reviews when it was published. I loved The Song of Achilles. It was an absolutely beautiful read, and Madeline Miller has such a lyrical way of writing. Probably my most reasonable TBR to date. I'm really excited for the month of September. I feel like this will be a good way for me to ease from summer into fall and have like a really solid transition with all of these books. The reading season, if that makes any sense to anyone else. It makes sense in my head. That is going to be it from me today. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, any feedback that you have on how to do these going forward, just because I've never done like a TBR jar video or a TBR cart video, really. I love y'all so much. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you're doing well reading, mentally and otherwise, and I really hope to see you all in my next video very, very soon. Bye guys.